Hi guys, here's a cute little book, The Penguin That Hated the Cold. I think you'll enjoy this. See the igloo and the penguin? Looks like he has skis over there. I didn't know penguins skied. Once there was a penguin named Pablo. He lived on a block of ice, far away at the South Pole. The weather there was always cold. Penguins like the cold, most penguins that is, but not Pablo. Penguins like to dive and swim and catch fish in the icy water, but not Pablo. Pablo was the only penguin on his block who hated cold. He has a fire there, trying to keep warm. All the other penguins went skiing, or they played all day in the snow at the beach. But not Pablo. On the beach, they have snow. How about that? I thought when it was really warm, it was a beach where it was warm, not where it was so cold. Pablo stayed inside, close to the hot stove. He kept his flippers warm and his feathers warm. Cold weather, said Pablo, is for the birds. The other birds, not me. One day, Pablo said to himself, "It is silly to be chilly. I will go where I can be warm with all the time." He put on his skis, packed his stove on his back. He took a stove. Goodness sakes. "So long, you birds," he said to the other penguins. "Wish me luck." Suddenly, Pablo was hanging upside down. His skis had caught on the icy cliffs. "Now that was not such a good idea," said the other penguins. Poor Pablo was frozen stiff. They had to carry him home to his igloo. There they held him under a hot shower until he could walk again. Oh my goodness, look at all these pictures. Bet this is the first time you heard about a penguin being so cold he had to get warm. The next day Pablo had another idea. He put hot water bags on his feet and under his coat. He put them around his neck. "So long, you birds," said Pablo. "This time nothing can go wrong." Look at him. See him going over there? But something did. When Pablo stopped to look at his map, the hot water bags melted the snow. They melted the ice. Pablo sank and sank down into the ice-cold water. "Poor Pablo," said the other penguins. "He will never get anywhere." When they pulled him out, he was frozen in a block of ice, and that was the way they carried him home. Can you see him on that block of ice? But Pablo's hot stove soon melted the ice. Oh my goodness. They put him on top of the stove to melt that ice. Uh-oh, that page is torn. I don't know what happened to that page. Inside the igloo, everything was ready for the big trip. His stove was in place. His top was in place. He was all set to go. He's going to go on a trip again. Wonder what's going to happen this time. All the penguins on the block came to say goodbye. Then Pablo pulled up his sail and off he went. Oh! His boat sailed on and on through snow and fog. Oh, goodness. He's quite the penguin, isn't he? Day after day, night after night, Pablo sailed on. Look at him sailing there. Goodness sakes. I didn't know penguins could do that. Then one morning he woke up to find that the sun was shining, hot weather at last. "I made it," cried Pablo. He took off his warm clothes, He lay down in the warm sunshine. "Oh boy," Pablo said, "this is the life." That is fun when you're on the beach and it's warm, isn't it? But Pablo spoke too soon. The hot sun started to melt his house. Then it began to melt his boat. Soon Pablo was floating on a little piece of ice. He jumped into the tub. You see him running there to get in the tub? He has quite an adventure. But there was a hole in the bottom of the tub. Water began to run in. Pablo had to pour it out as fast as he could. Quickly, he put the shower pipe into the hole. The water began to splash out of the shower. Oh my goodness. That's quite a story. Suddenly, the tub started to go full speed ahead. Oh, how did it do that? Far away, Pablo saw land and trees. See the trees over here? His boat sailed up onto the sandy beach. Pablo got out. "This looks like a good place to build my house," he said. He collected lots of branches. At last, Pablo had found the land of his dreams. No more cold for him. Look at the turtle. Look at him with sunglasses on, a fan, in a hammock. Isn't that something? That was the end of the story. He wanted to go to the beach and stay there. Wasn't that kind of cute? A penguin on the beach where it's really hot instead of up in Alaska where it's cold on the ice. Oh boy, I hope you enjoyed that story. Toodaloo!